Alright, so this is part 3 of the Twitch Plays Pokemon Anniversary Crystal ROM hack walkthrough. Picking off right where we left off yesterday. It's been a long day today, guys, sorry. But we're going to deposit Dragonite, and we're going to take Victory Bell for cut, because we're about to go back into Vermilion City and wake up the second Snorlax. So this way we can complete the map and head our way into Pewter City. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go wake up Snorlax, then go through Diglett's cave, go into Pewter City, but instead of going in and directly fighting Brock, we're gonna go to Pewter, then go down through Viridian Forest, make our way into Viridian City, then go down into Pallet Town, and then go into Cinnabar Island from there. So this way we can complete the map and just fly to the locations without having to do much travel. So let's get started. I haven't done any training since the last time, so let's just complete this map and get this over with. I don't know whatever happened to that Rocket Grunt. He never reappeared, so I don't know. But we're back in Vermilion now. Speaking of which, let me, hang on, let me just do some changes here. So this way I can run away from the Snorlax instead of having to waste a Master Ball to capture it. Okay, let's load up the Pokegear. I tried making calls today, but these new headphones that I praised yesterday for being excellent actually worked against me. The calls were coming in so clear, my voice was coming in crystal clear on the scammers, and that threw off my timing. I couldn't control the scammers like I normally did with my horrible $25 headphones that I got off the street. So it looks like for calls we're not going to be able to use these headphones. We're going to have to use the crappy ones. So that was unfortunate. I really wanted to use these headphones for calls, but I can't do my gimmick if the scammers can hear me clearly or not, so that sucks. There we go. Now we're in Pewter. Actually, you know what? Let me, since we're going into Viridian Forest, we're gonna have to find some trainers. Let me, we don't need cut anymore. Or actually, you know what? No, hang on. I have a better idea. We can just go through here. There we go. Alright. Right now, my goal is to just finish the map as quickly as possible. I am gonna skip the Viridian Forest for right now, but trust me, it has been restored to its former glory. But right now, we need to get to Cinnabar Island as quickly as possible. Just so that we can fly back to these areas without having to do all this travel. Okay, here's Viridian City. Let's use another repel. I think they also put some trainers down here on the, what is it, Route 2? Or 1? So let's do our best to avoid these trainers. Okay, here we go. Now this is Pallet Town. Alright. Okay. Stick to the end of the screen so we don't run into trainers. Okay, I didn't turn around. And here's Cinnabar, the new Cinnabar, which has been expanded. Here's Gary. Or Blue. You know, back in the day we used to call this guy Gary. I never understood why these characters have different names than the ones in the cartoon. Even though they look exactly the same. If anybody's into the lore or they can explain why, please let me know because I never understood that. But his name is Gary as far as I'm concerned. That's what we used to call him back in the day. Okay, so now we can, we're gonna go up against Brock, but I don't think for alligators, as crazy as it sounds, I don't think for alligator would be good for that fight. Brock's team, you know, they're pretty brolic because they have high defense, and as we established in the previous episode, for alligator just doesn't have the muscle to plow through, so we're gonna have to rely on Starmie. You know what? On that note, let's give Starmie the Mystic Water. I forgot we can't fly to the Seafoam Islands here, so I was trying to go to Seafoam so I could fly back to it, but you can't. I just remembered, so we're just gonna have to fly back. Let's take the item for alligator, the Mystic Water. Yep. Let's give it to Starmie. Man, this sucks. I really want to use for alligator, but I don't know. We're probably using for Blaine. I mean, there's only 3 trainers left, gym leaders, and that's Gary, Brock, and Blaine. Let's take Dragonite back out. Okay, so just set up the team before we leave. So we're gonna put Starmie as the lead. We'll have Gengar as the third, just in case Brock breaks out Kabutops or Omastar. And we'll have Nidoking as our ground type. Let's fly back to Pewter now and we can fight Brock. If you hear my phone ringing in the background, that's I just ordered some Chinese food, so it's on the way right now. So I'm sorry about that. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm just put it on vibrates this way it doesn't bother you guys. But yeah, man, I was bummed out about the calls earlier. I was really looking forward to producing like very clear calls for you guys, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It threw off my timing, so we're gonna have to use the crappy headsets for the calls. Because there's a way that I do it, right, where I interrupt the scammer. Some people call it talking over the scammer, but to me it's more like interruptions. And I wasn't able to interrupt the scammer because my voice was so clear that the scammers were hearing everything I was saying. So it just infuriated them. They were angry, but it's not the anger that that I'm used to hearing from them. Whereas they can sort of they're upset, but they stay on the call because there's a possibility that this guy's just an idiot and he doesn't know any better. So if he stops talking, I could probably scam him. So that's the gist of Bob Backlund. But with these headsets, I wasn't able to do that. It was me just talking over the scammer. I mean, I could hear the scammer so clear that I could actually... It's like the scammer was right next to me, basically. That's how good these headphones are, but... You know, it just worked against me. I couldn't produce a quality call, at least to the standards that I'm used to. So, I'll probably try again on Monday. Because the scammers just don't scam on the weekends. Brock. Okay, good. Onyx. I think his team might be the same as the one in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So that means he might have Sudowoodo, Kabutops, Speak of the Devil, and Almostar. For that, I remember I was actually in Generation 4 when I did this in the ROM hack, I used for Alligator for most of these. Damn, level 87. So we are gonna have to do some training then. If they're at 87, that means I'm gonna have to fight Gary well into the 90s then. God damn. Yep. Level 88. R88. Okay, so that's 3 down. Sudowoodo, okay, so this is the team from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Yeah, no. Oh, man. Come on, Starmie. Hang in there. Okay. Almostar. Bring out Gengar. You know, it's moments like these where these are one of the reasons why I choose to run Giga Drain on Gengar in games past Generation 2. Because you have a lot of Pokemon that are ground water, that their only weakness is grass. And if I'm using Team Ferret, obviously I don't have a grass type, so that's where Gengar comes in. Aerodactyl. I don't know if Starmie's going to be able to outspeed it, but I don't think Aerodactyl can survive a Surf. We're taking a risk here because Aerodactyl does have Crunch. Damn, 89. X defend, okay. But yeah, like, oh boy. Oh my god. Okay, if I don't KO it this time, that Aerodactyl's going to be able to hit me with Crunch. Oh boy. Yep. Oh, thank God. Look at that, by the skin of our teeth, 11 HP left. So we're gonna have to do some training then. Get the team up to level 83. But I'm going back to that the ground water type. There's a lot of those Pokemon in past Generation 3. And I don't have a grass type. So Gengar's Giga Drain is what comes in. I think in some of the other games it learns other grass type moves too, but Giga Drain I feel is better since I can heal Gengar in the process. Okay, so we're gonna... If we're going up against Blaine, then we're gonna give for Alligator a shot, so we're gonna have to do some training. So now comes the question. I think we can deposit Gengar this time, since we're not gonna need him against the fire type. Gengar and Starmie, man, they've been the MVPs of this entire run so far. Okay, so we're still gonna use Starmie. We actually have a pretty we have 1, 2, 3, 4 great Pokemon that we can use against Blaine. So we have Rock, Water, and Ground. If you want to count Dragonite, I guess that's it is Dragon is what is it? Dragon is resistant to fire, I guess. Okay, let's do some training right now, and then we'll head over to Cinnabar Island. So let me just pause this real quick so I can get the training done. Okay, so we're back. I just came out of the Pokemon Center for some healing. The team is now at level 84 with the exception of Dragonite, which is at level 85. So let's fly on over to Cinnabar Island and beat this Rudy Poo trainer named Blaine. There we go. So we're gonna use Feraligatr for this. I don't know what Blaine's team consists of, but I'm pretty sure Rapidash and Arcanine are on that team, so... Speaking of which, I think Wild Charge is in this game, so I'm not going to be able to use Feraligatr or Starmie. Thank God for Aerodactyl and Nidoking, that's all I can say. There we go. Sorry, I was trying to avoid the trainers on the bottom. I know there's about maybe 2 or 3 of them down there. There we go. Here's Blaine. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. Before I do that, here's the Seafoam Islands. Restored and revamped. So as you can see now, we have ice down here. You can catch Articuno in this game. It's one of the requirements for the rematch against Faulkner and Johto. So, hang on. Let's just check to make sure. Okay. I don't know. I forgot what to do in that area. I don't know what the... Was I lying? I don't know what the puzzle looks like in Seafoam Islands this time is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, we're still waiting on my food here, so... What cargo? Okay. Let's see if I can take this down. 4 times weak to water. Ah, there we go. +1 for the Gator. Magmar, let's stay in. Damn, level 88. R88. There we go. So it looks like we're gonna have to probably fight Blue in the mid to late 90s, I think. Levels wise, Rapidash. Okay, well. That thing probably has Wild Charge, so let's not go there. Hopefully I can one-shot Rapidash with Aerodactyl. I am taking a risk. 89. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do some more training then. Come on, baby girl. Flinch. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's 3 now. Arcanine. Let's use Nidoking. We might have Crunch, so we can't go there. Let's Starmie. God, I love Arcanine in Generation 2. X Special. 91! Oh my god. Can I do it? Ah, barely, damn. Yep, alright. Come on, let's get a one-shot, Nidoking. Come on. Oh, man. I just need one more. Oh boy. Okay, great. Arcanine in Generation 2 was a mixed attacker, but the problem was its move pool. Depending on how you look at it. Charizard. Let's bring out Baby Girl. Because Crunch was all dark type moves were special in Generation 2. So on the physical side, you only had about maybe Iron Tail in return for physical moves. So you're better off running Arcanine as a special instead. But then again, the special moves weren't that great either, so... Ninetales, let's stay in. That was the, this probably has Sunny Day. I've always been a fan of Arcanine. It's always been one of my favorite Pokemon. When they finally introduced the physical special split in the in Pokemon Prism for Gen 2, I had a lot of fun using Arcanine there. I just wish there were better physical fire moves available. I think the best one was Flame Wheel. And only because there was no recall damage to it. I mean, there's other physical fire type moves, but they have harsh conditions. So I ran Flamethrower instead. Still got the job done. Fire Blast. There's this guy. I always like this guy. He's always rooting you in every Pokemon game, regardless of skill level. Like, this guy is the real deal Holyfield. He's a good friend. He's always rooting for you. In the world of fakers, that's the one friend you need, is that guy cheering you on. Speaking of guys, that's my phone. Looks like my food is here. Alright, let's heal up. I'll pause, I'll eat something, and then I'll come back and finish the last battle with Gary. Why did I say no? Just to be on the safe side, I'll do some training. I'll get the team up to level 90. I'm expecting mid to late 90s with Gary, so you know, this is the final gym leader and we need to take it seriously. So let's pause the game right now. Eat something and then we'll come back. Okay, we're back. I just had some delicious Chinese food here from a local joint close to where I live. And we just finished some training. Unfortunately, I had to put Feraligatr back in the PC because I had to take out Gengar. We are going up against Blue. Or Gary, whatever you want to call him. And I don't know what he has. I also don't trust his team and I don't trust the levels. So we decided to train all the way up to level 90. Except for Dragonite, which is at level 91. I'm pretty sure Gary might leave with Pidgeot. Like in the original. So I think we're good. In the meantime, first things first. Let's look at this Red Bull. I just had about 2 liters of water, so now we're just laying back and enjoying ourselves a Red Bull. So let's go over here and fight Gary for the final gym. I'm expecting mid to late 90s based on the fact that we fought Blaine. I think his best Pokemon was at level 91. Okay, so with this, I think it's all the reds. Let me see here. I don't want to overstep here by mistake, so looks like it's up here. We don't want to make a mistake because I don't want to run into the trainers. So that one goes there. Okay, that one goes down. Like that. You gotta do it again. This is what happens when you blow yourself up with food. It clouds your judgment. I'm probably gonna screw this up too, but screw it. Oh, okay, good. Up here? Yep. And should be over here. Okay, so this is the tricky one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Ah, look at that. Okay. Gengar does hit harder than Aerodactyl. So if it leaves with Pidgeot, we should be okay. I say it because I'm talking to a freaking video game character, so forgive my my weird terminology. Pidgeot, okay. So we should be okay right now. God damn. I was expecting... whatever. My god, this just got way harder now. Oh, good start. But, okay, well. Go for a Sky Attack. Please go for a Sky Attack. Oh, boy. I do not need a There we go. His entire team is a level 100, man. Come on now. Talk about a bump. Furo, I'm gonna stay in. Okay. Well. All right. Go for Sky Attack. God damn it! Do they all have Mirror Move? Come on, stay in. There we go. Okay, that's 2. Kingler. Yes. I have Giga Drain, but I don't think I could survive a physical from Kingler. It's swiping the Starmie. Okay, so far this is not the team from the original. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, that's not good. Damn, I can't afford to lose my specialist. Halfway there. Parasect, yes. Just do Aerodactyl. Hopefully I don't miss this fly. Growth, okay. Come on, baby girl. Yes. Okay, that's 4. Vaporeon. Okay, we're gonna use Gengar now and heal up. And my inbox is blowing up now. Of all the times. Actually, I shouldn't say that because that could mean that they're getting back to me with the reports and saying that they terminated the numbers. I shouldn't. Oh my god. Yep. I think this is where we... Okay. See, that's what I get for saying, oh my god, when my inbox was blowing up. Miss, miss, miss. Okay, you didn't miss. See, I can never get 2 Hydro Pumps in a row. CPU be... Look at this. Oh boy. And a critical, of course. Probably gonna go for a full restore. Come on, Starmie. Oh, well. Go for acid armor, please. No. Oh, good. Ah, you son of a bitch. Use acid armor, so this way you can waste turns. Why did that do less damage? Of course, he gets another Hydro Pump. Why a critical? Come on. There we go. This thing have Gyarados? Well. Come on, Dragonite. Don't fail us now. Gonna outrage this twice and hopefully that'll be enough. Actually, you know what? It probably won't be, so let me weaken it. Okay, great. Okay, now, leftovers too? Jesus. Alright, just one more. Come on, baby girl. Okay, well, that's gonna suck. Got lucky there. Come on now. There we go. Jeez. So much for mid to late 90s, man. God damn. Thank God, at least I did some training. The TM depot? Oh, that's right. I have access to all the TMs now. Might need to explore that later. Man, I'm always bummed out when my two specialists go down. That's how you know it was a tough battle. Alright. We got through that one, excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause it again because my inbox is blowing up. I apologize for the, for speaking in vain that my inbox is blowing up. So let me just pause it real quick and see if the carriers took action on the older reports. Okay, and welcome back. So it turns out that we had another successful batch of emails. 3 out of 4 numbers were terminated. Well, the 4th one, I forgot to put the timestamps in the report. So they had to go back to my phone records and give the carrier the timestamps. It should be down though. It's a reliable carrier. It's just they always want timestamps so that they can look at the records and see how long the scammer was talking to me on the phone. And they just want to confirm the report. They want to confirm my recording to see if the timestamps match. So good on them for taking the extra step to verify the information. But as you saw, all the entire team, including for Alligator, who's in the PC right now. But speaking of which, let's go back to the PC. They're at level 100 because from here on in, every battle that's gonna take place is gonna be at level 100. So we've already achieved everything. Gamer has to go in this time. So right now, the only thing really left to do is we can't go to Mount Silver yet because we don't have Oak's permission. So in this hack, you're actually supposed to defeat the gym leaders again. So right now we're gonna go to Oak and he's gonna tell us that, which will trigger all the rematch clauses and events. Like I said, now the hard part begins. As if it wasn't difficult enough as it is, but now the really hard and tedious stuff begins. just to make this run simple, we're gonna go after the gym leaders that have either have no clauses or they have simple missions to complete. In this case, since we're already here in Kanto, we're gonna do Blaine first, since it gives us a chance to visit the Cinnabar laboratory that was destroyed in the Cinnabar Mansion. Whatever. We're going back to that area basically to retrieve Blaine's research papers. Sorry, I'm looking at my inbox again and we're getting more emails coming in, so here it is. The gym leaders may want to test you again, no holds barred. If you manage to defeat them all at their best, come back and see me. How's my Pokédex coming? You know, when I was a kid, I never really gave two craps about the Pokédex because it required trading. And trading was a luxury that a lot of kids back in the day didn't have. And that sounds silly, especially if you grew up during the generation where, what was it, the DS and the 3DS, where trading became a matter of having Wi-Fi. That's how it was back then. You needed a link cable, so having the Game Boy was a success as it is. Speaking of which, hang on. Since we're gonna be going back and forth into Kanto and Johto, we need to get the ticket from the copycat for the Magnet Train. But I remember trading was a luxury that most of us didn't have. Like, I wasn't able to trade until the beginning of Generation 4, if you could believe it. Like, I never traded with anybody during the initial run of the first 3 generations. I think this doll is, yeah, we're gonna say okay. You know, so when I was talking about the Pokemon that I traded in from Generation 1 into Silver and Crystal version, you're talking about I did that during the beginning of Generation 4. So for those that had the Silver and Crystal in cartridges, that was right around the time when the batteries started to dry out and the save files were lost. So my save file was only available for maybe about 3 to 4 months after I traded everything into Silver version and Crystal. So I lost everything after the trade. And it bummed me out. And the reason why the batteries dried out was because the clock in Gold and Silver and Crystal, it had a clock that ran on real time. So I remember I started noticing a pattern with the clock where every time I'd load the game, it would ask me to set the clock. Which I thought was weird, but then I found out years later that all of the batteries dried up. So if you're one of those collectors out there, or you're one of those kids that that's trying to get into the old generations, and you see a listing on eBay or wherever you buy the games where it says that the batteries have been replaced, that's why. Because the clock would just drain the battery over time. So I still have my cartridge. I still have it at home. Hang on one second. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I was saying, I still have my my cartridge, but it doesn't save. So that was like the end of an era for me as far as my childhood was concerned when I lost that save file. The Generation 1 cartridge actually lasted longer when it came to saving. I just booted that up in my old Game Boy Color a few days ago, and it's still on the same game that I left it all those years ago. So it's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna go into Cinnabar now. So we're gonna knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Or as my cousin would say, we're gonna kill 2 rocks with 1 bird. No, that's not a joke. He said that one time in Spanish. When I was in when I went to go visit the motherland to see my grandfather for the last time. My cousin was quite a special one. Hang on, let me just use some repels. Make sure this Machoke has strength. Yep. Before I tell that story, I did buy some escape ropes during the break, and I did clone some Master Balls since we are going to be able to catch Moltres in this this mission. So now we have 11-7 Master Balls ready for Moltres. Let me hang on. I have to leave. I'm sorry. We first have to talk to Blaine in order to trigger the mission. Sorry. But yeah, going back to that story about my cousin. We went to the motherland. The last time I was there was actually a long time ago when I was in my mid-20s. And my cousin was always trying to find the approval of my grandfather. My grandfather was an old school guy. So he was very quiet, but he loved the rib. Like everybody, all the guys in my family, we all love the rib. And that's where we all got it from him. From 88 Classic, R88 Classic basically was our code name for him. Meaning my last name, Classic, which was for him. But he loved the rib, and he used to always rib my cousin because my cousin was an easy target. He's a little dopey. Here we go. So we're gonna go back into the research lab. But he was dopey, and he thought he could hang with my grandfather in terms of camping. Cause where my family's from, we're not from the city or the developed area, I guess, if you want to call it that. They're from villages, basically. Literal villages. So one of the things to do over there is camping. Like there's no Netflix over there or internet or cell service like that. So when you go over there, you're basically going over there to be one with nature. And that's one of the reasons why I loved going to the motherland, was to get away from the noise of the city and just chill out with my grandfather. Listen to some stories about how the village used to be before modern times, which really hasn't changed much aside from a couple of aesthetic things. Like concrete was the big change. Sidewalks were introduced into the village, so other than that, it's pretty much almost the same. But anyway, so we're getting ready for camping. I say myself and my grandfather. So here's the puzzle. So this puzzle is basically just push all the rocks into the holes. So that's pretty straightforward. So we're preparing for a trip. So it's myself, my grandfather, and the old man, Pops, my dad. And my cousin decides he wants to tag along. Now my cousin, he'd never been out camping in the desert, which is what the motherland is. It's all desert. Thorns, sandy terrain, not a lot of shade, wild animals. He'd never been there. But he thought just because he was skinnier, because he had lost weight at this point, he could hang. Okay, so that's 2. So everyone's telling him, you know what, you don't want to do this. You've never been there. Like your cousin, meaning me, he's been doing this since he was a little kid, which is true. So I was already used to the terrain at this point. I'm not trying to put myself over, but it's just the level of experience camping compared to him that I had was night and day. And he's like, no, I can do it. I lost weight, you know. In credit to him, he did lose weight. It's nothing to be, it's nothing to laugh at. He was overweight for many years. So eventually my grandfather caves in, and he says, okay. So we get him some equipment to get ready for the trip. And it wasn't 20 minutes into the walk, he was already gassed. So from the moment we left the house until we actually arrived at the terrain, he already blew up. He was blown up. And prior to that, during the trip, which was just to make it to the area, he told my grandfather in Spanish, "We're gonna kill 2 rocks with 1 bird." The awkward silence and the look on my grandfather's face when my cousin said this, because he was so hyped to go camping. I'll never forget that. My grandfather just patted him on the shoulder. He was like, "Yeah, no problem. You know, watch this. Just watch yourself when you're out there, okay?" He goes, "As a matter of fact, just stay in front of your cousin just in case you get left behind." I said, yeah, no problem. Which eventually happened because he blew up. I had to take him back home. And like I said, the guys in my family, they love to rib. So they were ribbing him non-stop for the entire day. To the point where he actually asked to stay at my house because my grandfather was ribbing him so mercilessly for not being able to make it past the entrance to the terrain. But that's where I get that phrase, two rocks with 1 bird. I think my cousin said, "Vamos a matar dos piedras con un pájaro." So it just didn't sound right. Alright, that's 2. I think I need 1 more now. There we go. My grandfather was a lot of fun. I always enjoyed my time with him. He's passed on. So, I haven't been to the motherland in a long time. But, a lot of my, personality comes from him and my father, too. Like, the 3 of us were almost mirror images of each other. You know, I remember the last time I was there, and, the 3 of us were walking back home, and one of the villagers was, staring at us, and like, it's like looking into a mirror. Like, I see all you guys walk the same, you have the same, grumpy face, even though, I'm not really a grumpy guy. You know, and you all laugh the same. And you know, when you're growing up, like, the last thing you want to hear is, "Oh, you look so much like your dad." But, when you grow up and you realize that those comments are true. A lot of people tell me I look like my father, although some people in this village say I look like my grandfather, but it's true. You do bear resemblance to your parents the older you get. And in this case, yeah, I see it now. My grandfather was a lot of fun. One of our favorite things to do was, because the neighboring village was more developed than my grandfather's village, we used to always sneak out into the neighboring village and go buy French fries. You know, because my grandfather spent, from what I remember, I think he spent a lot of time actually in the States before he moved back to the motherland. And so one of his favorite things to do was eat French fries. Or to the Brits out there, I think you guys call it chips or crisps. Sorry, I pressed the speed button by mistake. See, I'm trying to avoid that. I'm sorry, guys. That was one of his favorite things to do. There was a joint over there in the neighboring village that sold French fries. One of the few places where they had I guess American food, even though I don't know if French fries are American, but the owners were they spent time in the States, so a lot of the businesses there were inspired by people who lived in the States. So that was one of our favorite things to do. It was sneak out. And by sneaking out, I mean literally we snuck out. We would say that we'd go, because my grandfather had some livestock. And we would often say, yeah, we're going to go check on the livestock. And we would just sneak away and just drive into the next village and eat French fries. Then, of course, my father, when the 3 of us were there, all 3 of us used to sneak out and do the same thing, so Those were good times. Okay, so I think now that should be enough for Moltres. Let's see. Moltres should be up here, and if she's up here, you hear me? If it's up here, sorry, then we can make our way back into the lab. Looks like the path hasn't opened up yet, so I might have to push one. Oh no, here we go. Yep, here we go. Here's Moltres. So now this is a requirement for Faulkner. We have to catch all 3 of these birds. So let's use one of our Master Balls instead. I don't want to have to sit here and throw Ultra Balls at it all day. Let's look at this Red Bull. There we go. Y ahora sí matamos 2 piedras con un pájaro. Now let's make our way into the Cinnabar Mansion. The entrance is around here too. By the way, I tried that the 11-7 gimmick on the scammers today that I spoke to. I think they were from Pakistan, and they didn't fall for it. So I think that's just the scammers in India that must be their kryptonite. I don't know. I don't know why that's so difficult for them to understand. It's just the number 11, letter T, and 7. Why is, to quote my my good friend, 11-7? Why is that so hard? I don't get it. Okay, oops, sorry. All right, I should stop rambling. I'm sorry. You know, is it my pronunciation of 11-7 that they don't understand? I mean, she's English. You would think that, you know, as we say over here in where I live, that's real English. So why would they not understand that? Okay, I'm looking for a staircase that leads into the laboratory. Alright. I don't think it's here. It's probably in the other ladder. Let's go, instead of here, let's try the ladder over here. Actually, you know what? Let's go through here. It might actually help us out much better. Okay, so I think it might be up here. No, we were just here. This is what I mean by the navigation being pretty absolutely horrid. We need to find this lab. I know the entrance, if I remember correctly, was around here somewhere. Moltres is over there. So there must be an entrance over here somewhere. It's like it looks like a cave entrance. Okay. Again, this is exactly why I decided to do the walkthrough for this ROM, because just it's not stated where you're supposed to go. See, like right now, I feel like I'm back in 2018 when I did this hack for the first time. I'm lost. Okay, so let's try to go up here. I know there was a staircase around here somewhere. Here we go. Okay, let's jump. Here we go. Here it is. God damn, that took way too long. I think we're gonna meet Burglar Simon in here too. Here we go. Here's the Cinnabar Mansion. And of course the switch doesn't work. So there's no way to go over here. It's not much of a big area, but just the fact that you can come back here and see, excuse me, what happened to the mansion is, again, you gotta love the attention to detail. Here's the notes. I think in the old version, this was actually just... Oh, here we go. Here's Simon. And what are you doing here too? Me? What am I down here for? Remember that abandoned building I mentioned a bit earlier? Well, you're looking at it, what's left of it. Oh, okay, so this is the burglar from Generation 1 then. I like to believe my partner made it out before the volcano blew, so I came back looking. I still can't find a single trace of him though. Well, the Generation 2 takes place years after Generation 1 and the volcano blew. Wow. Guess I'll just have to keep searching. Bob, right? I'll see you around elsewhere, bud. I think this is the last time we see him too, so I don't know if we're ever gonna get an answer to the whole partner gimmick. Can I open these? No. Okay. We might actually have to catch that Mewtwo and use it later on, because when it comes down to the Elite Four rematches, those are going to be insanely difficult. Let's get out of here now. Right off the bat, I don't think I'm not going to be able to use Team Furt for any of those battles because of the ridiculous bump in difficulty. So I should start making plans for the team. Even at level 100, I don't think Team Furt can muscle its way through those rematches. So now we have to fight Blaine. Let's bring in Feraligatr now. We don't have to worry about training now, so everything's done. Okay, so let's put him up front. We're gonna put Aerodactyl second and Starmie third. And then we have Nidoking as the reserve. Okay, so let's go. Alright. So that was one of the more easier missions to do for these rematches. Is my repel still in effect, or...? Yes, okay. But I mean, it's gonna get way more difficult as the game progresses. So they really did I don't want to say a good job, because I think this is just dragging out the post-game for an unnecessary amount of time. But this is basically the post-game. So we have one legendary bird down. We need 2 more to go. So the Articuno can be found here in Kanto, which is why I'm staying here first. I want to get those birds out of the way. Because to me, that's the most difficult one, is to get the birds so like we can challenge Faulkner and Johto. Alright, let's do this. They're the last copies of the map to Mew's only known home. Okay. But I heard you want to test yourself against the hottest... I don't. Alright, let's go. Well, already a bad start. There we go, level 100. Come on, Feraligatr. That's special, okay. Yes, there you go. +1 for the Gator. Cargo, we're staying. Yeah, we're gonna switch. It might have sunny day. Okay, if I can one-shot this, I can eliminate sunny day from. Okay, well, there goes my. And there's sunny day. So Nidoking's gonna have to come in and finish this. We'll restore, of course. Wow. That's a whole nother ballgame. We're at level 100. I'm staying because I can outspeed it. I don't know what the. I don't think Nidoking can outspeed Entei. Entei? I don't know. Okay. Fantastic. Come on for it. Return. Yep. Haha! It's Team Furret 1127@gmail.com. Flareon. Let's bring in Nidoking now. Sunlight's gone. We're packing some beef now. Arcanine, I'm staying in. Oh boy. This one has Raikou, so if I survive, I can probably take it out in one shot. Okay, good. That would have ruined me if it was under sunlight. And there we go. Oh, critical. Finally, a critical on my side. Or this side, like the Indian scammers like to say. On that note, I think my inbox is blown up again. You with a map to Guyana, the only known habitat of Mew as thanks. I'll never give up until the day I've rebuilt the Cinnabar Gym. So you gave me the map? Battling with you gets me all fired up. I guess not. Alright, so that's one gym leader down. The rematches. Faith in Feraligatr restored. You know, my favorite Pokemon of all time is actually Squirtle. But my favorite starter of all time is Totodile. Because I love Feraligatr. And I love Sheer Force. But I recently learned that Sheer Force only exists in the... What was it? The Dream World or something like that? That sucks. I hate hidden abilities like that. Why not just give Feraligatr Sheer Force as a default ability? It sucks that it has to be an exclusive. Alright, so we're gonna go for another pause while I respond to these emails, so we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, as Arnold would say. So, no. So, I just made a change. I had to bring back Gengar. Instead of doing the Seafoam Islands puzzle right away, I figured we'd just get Lieutenant Surge out of the way. Since there's no requirement for him to... There's no special mission to do before you battle him. You can just battle him right away. The only thing that's different right now is I think this is like a puzzle. There's a different puzzle in this gym now. I think it's... I think it might be the same one that they had for the Jabroni in Generation 3. Swig of this Red Bull. The old dude, whatever his name was. So right now we've got Nidoking up front. Aerodactyl, Starmie, Gengar, Furt, and the big dragon, Dragonite. We got beef. So right away, let's get this over with. I am gonna eventually get that Seafoam Islands puzzle out of the way. But my email is my inbox is blowing up, so it's gonna take time. Pichu, okay. Thankfully, what was that line? I have elixirs with me, so I can restore my Earthquake before I battle Surge. Elegant. The more you get into this post game, the more you realize that the requirements for the gym leaders are they're insane. Like, you're required to capture the 3 legendary dogs, and that's probably the most annoying one out of all of them. Because they're roaming Pokemon, you have to run into them. And I've always hated that. So, thank God for the cloning glitch, because I could just throw a Master Ball at them and get that over with. I think the next easy mission would be Sabrina's. There you go. Which is, I think, you're supposed to battle some jabroni named Baba, I think. Which is a secret battle, again done in Kanto. I think for that one you're supposed to go into Red's house. Red as in the greatest of all time in the Pokemon games, not Red like my friend. So we have to go back there. I might actually do that one after this, I don't know. I'm dreading the Seafoam Island one because I completely forgot what you're supposed to do there. I saw ice and right away I'm already dreading going there. Okay. So we're gonna use Team Furt for as long as we possibly can, but right off the bat, the further we get into this game, the more that's not going to happen. So I'm gonna have to make preparations for the next batch of team members. See, there you go, that's that damn focus band again. So like I said earlier, it's not the same as Focus Sash. Because Focus Sash is a guaranteed, you're guaranteed 1 HP every time. Whereas a Focus Band, you're not. And one of the weird things about Focus Band is it can activate multiple times. The chances are pretty low, but it has happened. I've had it activate on me 3 different times. While the Pokemon was at 1 HP, so it's one of those weird items that never seems to work when you want it to. And if you played Dre in those hacks, you know exactly what a Focus Band is because he loves to throw those in, slap them on Pokemon in his hacks, and it's annoying. I know some people will be like, well, just use Stealth Rock. Well, yeah, but Stealth Rock also makes the games a lot easier. So, if you're watching my videos and you're wondering why I don't have certain moves, well, that's why. Plus, with Team Furt, like if I'm using Team Furt, the game's already difficult as it is, and I don't want to have to use up a slot for a move like Stealth Rock. The whole gimmick of Team Furt is an offensive team. They don't have any setup moves. They're strictly for use in the in-game. Like we're not gonna win a Smogon tournament with Team Furt. I mean that's that's never gonna happen. So. But I did end up using Stealth Rock in one of the other ROM packs, which was the GSC Chronicles. But in that game, I didn't have a choice because so many Pokemon got buffed in that game. And you want to talk about bumping stats? Every Pokemon got a bump, which was ridiculous. It destroyed the balance. I remember playing the Elite Four challenge, and that there was a Sunflora in that game, and it had ridiculous defensive stuff. You could not. That thing was a wall. It had like Registeel like defenses. It was ridiculous. Which is again one of the reasons why I don't like it when Pokemon receive buffs like that, because they're broken. You know, I understand trying to make some Pokemon more viable. Some of the weaker ones, I should say. I get that. But not to that level, guys. Come on, that's ridiculous. Make a switch. Let's put Furret up here. I think this guy's gonna have like a Porygon or something. You know, like when a Mega Aerodactyl can't take a Sunflora down because with Tough Claws, because you decided you wanted to buff its defenses to astronomical levels. That's when you know the game's broken. And it's not even a difficulty hack, which makes it even worse. So the balance is destroyed. So that one was a disappointment too, because I was really looking forward to that game. It was also pretty bugged too, from what I remember. I mean, the creator that left that hack a long time ago and just recently came back to it. So hopefully they'll change a lot of the stuff back to default settings. Because it looks beautiful. It's probably the best looking Gen 3 ROM hack I've ever seen. And the Elite Four there was, it would have been nice to not have Koga in the Elite Four, but the rest of it was damn good. Wild Charge. Oh boy. Yeah, here you go. God, I can always rely on Baby Girl in Generation 2. Mischievous, yes. We have Gengar. Like, whereas going back to that the gripe I was talking about, you look at Drayno's hacks. He does bump the Pokemon, but not to astronomical levels. He just gives them a little bit of a bump when it comes to this. Like Furret is a good example. Its attack is like what is it, base 70 or something like that? In his hacks, he just bumps it up by 10. He also bumps the speed up by 10. Nothing else gets bumped, just the attack and speed. It still has mediocre defenses, so-so HP, and mediocre special attack and special defense. Great. It probably has like a, what is it, the King's Rock? There we go. Which is more fair. Let's go back to Gengar. We'll do Starmie. It's a lot fair when it just gets a 10-point boost instead of like boosting the defenses to like Steel type levels. That's absurd. Wow, that did more than I thought. Sheer Cold. Okay, well, good luck with that. There we go. That was probably the toughest trainer in the gym. Okay, let's heal up because I think Surge is next. Just realized that guy had no electric type Pokemon with him. Oh well. Let's where's my elixir? Oh, okay. Well, put him up front. Okay. I think given that Blaine had Entei or Entei, this Jabroni is probably gonna have Raikou with him. So let's see. I'm gonna have to fight Guile from Street Fighter now. Electro. Oh boy, I hope it doesn't explode on me. What the hell? Okay, that was weird. Not complaining though. Let's stay. I should be able to outspeed it and hit it with an earthquake. There we go. Soft sand, ladies and gentlemen. Use it. I like the buzz. We're staying in. Hopefully this thing doesn't have Ice Punch. Okay. I didn't even know I could learn Psychic. What the hell's that all about? Damn. Okay. Raikou, let's stay in. X defend, oh boy. Wow. Well. Okay, now comes... Alright. Let's see if I can one-shot it. Yep. There we go. Okay, I think the last one is... Okay, Raikou. No. Nasty plot. Okay. I have to take this down, otherwise we're screwed. There we go. Long live the king. Alright. That was easier than I thought. Okay, let's go heal. I forgot to use Repel. Zumaro. Nah, I'm right. I only caught and leveled up some Pokemon for the Pokédex so Oak wouldn't scold at me when I defeated the Elite Four challenge. Because normally I remember like when I do these runs I usually have only about maybe 10 Pokemon in the dex. And then you get the Oak scolds at you at that for not completing his quest. I'm like, find somebody else to do it. I don't care about the Pokedex. You're just gonna give a Jabroni diploma, so what do I care? I found that out years later that you don't get anything special in Generation 1 if you complete the Pokedex. You just get a stupid diploma that nobody else can see. You know, with all the rumors back in the day of Mew being underneath a truck. I remember that one. Or finding a bottle surfing across the sea over here in Cinnabar Island that says Pika Blue and all that other crap that existed back then. I thought for sure the only real way to get Mew was to complete the Pokédex, and Professor Oak would reward you for your troubles. Nope, gives you a crappy diploma. So once again, I have to. We're gonna call it a day here, so because I've gone on for a while now, and I think I need to respond to the remainder of these emails. So thanks again for bearing with me. I'm gonna do my best to make some more calls. I made the mistake of using these headsets to make calls, and it just didn't work out for me. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. And the other method wasn't broken, so we're going back to it. But I promise I'll get some more calls in. For those that don't like the Pokemon stuff and just want to hear me torture scammers with my ramblings. But thanks again for watching to those that watched. If you didn't watch, don't even worry about it. I understand. But take care, guys, and enjoy your weekend. Okay, so we're not done. I just remembered that going back to the topic of annoying missions or puzzles that you're required to do for these rematches. One of the more tedious ones, because I alluded to this earlier, is Sabrina's gym puzzle. Now the puzzle is one thing, but to actually trigger their battle is another story. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. Not physically tired, but a little frustrated because I just received an email that sort of ruined my mood. This is unfortunately, this comes with the territory when it comes to reporting numbers that are used in scams. Some of the carriers, they play dumb and they believe the scammers. So I had to call the jabronis back, and I had to send the carrier another report, and it's always a struggle, really. I know some people will say, well, why do you waste your time doing it? Because they're just going to keep coming back. I say I'm doing my part and being a good member of society by getting rid of these numbers. My goal is not to get rid of all the numbers, it's just to get rid of as many as I can with the amount of resources that I have. So currently my count stands at 2, 3, 6 numbers that just went down, with the 7th, well, let's just say that the 7th one needs more work. But those are 7 numbers that were used by fake call centers in India that are not going to be able to call victims in the US until the next day. So really, I mean, I just have a soft spot for the elderly. That's just the way I was brought up. You protect your elderly when you get older. So I just hate the thought of having somebody in their 70s be scammed by these guys, you know. It's not about race, it's just a criminal is a criminal, and these guys, they salivate at the opportunity to scam, you know, elderly people, and that just disgusts me, so. But anyway, I'm rambling. In order to trigger the rematch for Sabrina, you have to defeat this secret trainer named Baba. And she's found here. And this is one, again, if you didn't come in here by mistake, or just because you were bored, see, here we go. You wouldn't have found this, because there's nothing to do at Red's house. His mom doesn't really say anything other than Red's been gone for a long time and he hasn't called her anything, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, he's the greatest of all time. You can't even call your mom. But anyway, the reason why this battle is annoying is because number one, it's secretive, and number two, this is a trend that's gonna happen with some of the other secret battles. Love that intro, by the way. The Pokemon have nicknames, so you're not gonna know what you're gonna run into. This is Typhlosion. So before I begin, if anybody's watching this and you want to know the Pokemon that she uses, so best is Typhlosion, Dong is Suicune. Yep, she has a Suicune. Orgy or Orgy is Politoed. Ever is Pidgeotto. Dada, I think, is Gyarados. I think it's a shiny Gyarados. And Deku is either Togetic or Togepi. So right off the bat, if you encounter this, now you know the list. So let's get started. Great. How's that? That's Suicune, so we're gonna change. I remember Typhlosion being the most popular starter when I was a kid. For Generation 2. I think out of all my friends, I was the only one with a Totodile. Nobody really bothered with Chikorita, so it's... You know. There we go. See, that's where we're making progress now. I don't think this thing has any way of boosting its attack, so... There we go. Got that one out of the way. So this one I think is Gyarados, so let's bring in Gengar. I think I forget which Johto gym leader also has this nickname gimmick going on. Okay, hopefully it will be enough to drop it. This is not holding the magnet, so let's see. Yep. It's another ball game. We're at level 100. Okay, so this one I think is Politoed, so let's switch into Starmie. You know, Politoed is a Pokemon I never saw in Generation 2 when I had the cartridge. I didn't even know about it. I had Poliwrath and was always wondering what Pokemon comes after Poliwrath. Oh, thank God. And it was this jabroni, Politoed. I don't think a single trainer had it in Generation 2 either. Okay, so this is either Togetic or Togepi, so let's bring in Gengar, since it is a fairy type. Remember, the fairy type is in this game, so they're weak to poison. There we go, so it's Togetic, okay. Ah, damn. Okay, great. It's not going to be able to use it, so. So, I think the last one now is probably Pidgeotto. Let's just ruin its day. Yep, Pidgeotto. And there's that, Yep. That's exactly why I don't like using Rock Slide. When I need it the most, it never works. It'll be a slap in the face if I can't take these down in one shot. Alright. Oh, good. Critical. Oh, boy. So that's that one down. So we are going to do Sabrina because I'm dreading that puzzle. I just want to get that out of the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so my email is I just got another email from the carrier, so let me just heal and see what that's all about. Hopefully that's the carrier that I was referencing earlier, that they didn't believe the report even though it included a recording. Hopefully they took it down. Let me just heal and check that out, and then I'll get back to the game. And then we'll be done for today for sure, because I have some things to do that need my utmost attention. Okay, so we're gonna pause right now, and then we're gonna get back to the game. All right, we're back. I'm happy to say that the second recording was successful. I just don't understand why carriers even bother sometimes, really. But let's finally get past the frustration here and get this out of the way. So here we go. That's what I was talking about. Yep. Swig of this Red Bull. remember the first time I did this, I was like, God damn. I must have been here for about, I want to say 3 hours straight, just trying to figure this out, and I never did. Until I finally, found a friend who actually wrote the answers down, and he actually managed to figure it out. So without further ado, here we go. So it's left, right, down, left again, and then down, and there we go. I mean, I don't know what Sabrina has because I've never made it this far, but that's one hell of a puzzle, man. God damn, thank God the answers were so simple, but Jesus. Let's just get this out of the way now. And there's more like that, by the way. Morty's is one that's also dreadful. See what she has. It never ends. Oh boy. Come on, Gengar. Oh boy. Ah. Come on. That's fantastic. Alright. Okay. Hopefully I can... Come on. Yep, there we go. Ah. Okay, finally got that one out of the way. Let's use Aerodactyl. Even at level 100, I don't think I can outspeed Alakazam with Gengar, so... Let's see if I can... Oh boy. That's not good. And leftovers too, because why not? But okay. That's bad. Oh boy. Come on. What is this, a baton pass team? Yep, there we go. It passes everything, even the defense drops. Espeon, so let's switch back into Gengar. We should be able to outspeed it. There we go. Critical. I wish that would have happened with Girafarig, but I'll take it. Executor, yes. Let's bring in Dragonite. I'll need to save Aerodactyl. That's my only shot of outspeeding Alakazam. Hopefully I don't miss. Oh, okay. One more Fire Punch. It's alright, I'll take it. Yep, I just need a Fire Punch, come on. There we go. Mr. Mime. Okay. So the only change was Mew, I guess. I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, man. Oh, great. Oh, man. I hope Aerodactyl can survive a Psychic. It's all or nothing now. Damn it, I was expecting you to one-shot that damn thing. Yes, okay. Come on, baby girl. Hang in there. Okay. There we go. Jeez. Alright. Thank God we got rid of that one now. Alright. Okay, now we can call it a day. Ah, we got that annoying one out of the way. Alright, guys. For real this time. Thanks for watching and take care. I'll see you guys later.